Helping Hands International. H2I Touching Lives. H2I Empowering People. Good morning, welcome to today's training. I remain my humble self, Chukwuka Obeleagu, and today I'll be taking you on the topic follow up part 2, how to use a diary. How to use a diary. In the previous training I gave on follow up, the part 1 on follow up, trying to dissect follow up because it's what guarantees the money in our business. Because if you prospect and you share the presentation but you're not able to do proper follow up, okay, you won't be able to have people that will join you now, people that will join you tomorrow, people that will join you next month, next 2 months, next 3 months, next 6 months, next year. Okay, so the key is to always make sure that you follow up properly and you use a diary to be able to achieve that. Okay. Today I will just need you to listen attentively because this is going to be a very short training. Okay, and I just want you to focus on how to use a diary. Why I'm emphasizing this is our memory as a human being is filled up with a lot of activities. We have a lot to think about, worrying about today, worrying about tomorrow. Some of us have needs, some of us have wants, some of us have burdens that we're carrying, and there's so much you can carry in your mind at the same time that you need a diary to document. And most especially for us network marketers, because we're always active, okay, because we're always prospecting, always adding new contacts to our phone, always sharing the opportunity with people, it's our it is it's up to us to form a habit of documenting those people's updates, based on when the person gave you appointment, based on when the person will join, based on future appointments you have with the person, or maybe based on the next exposure we have with the person. Because there are, from my experience, there are people who I've shared information with because I do online. Okay, there are people I've shared information with, but they still want to attend a seminar. Okay, which is good for me because by the time they attend the seminar and see someone presenting this, they see the evidence or symbol of success from it, and they also see other people coming to hear the same information that they came to hear. Okay, it firms their belief and their understanding and moves them to join. But you can't achieve this if you don't have a diary to guide you in documenting and keeping up with events as they happen. So what do you do with a diary? The first thing you do with a diary is you buy 2016. I'm going to buy a 2017 very soon because I already have more than 20 or 30 persons already keyed up for January for follow up. Okay, even the ones that told me no, I gave them the 3 months window so that I will check back on them again to know if situations in their life have changed enough for them to look at opportunities. But you can't cram all this in your head. You need a diary for you to write down so that you know what date to call and what time to call. So when you have the diary, the first thing you do is you rule it. Okay. At the end of this training, I'll show you sample of my own personal diary. Okay. It doesn't have to be very neat because you are working. But the most important thing is that you have to have at least 2 columns. Okay, 2 columns. One should be your contact's name, and the next one is remark is maybe where you guys stopped in the next in the conversation you guys had. Okay, or where you guys stopped, what you guys talked about, future things to reference on when you call the person again the near future to know if they have changed their mind. And most times, for most of us who prospect a lot, most times we end up forgetting what we discussed with the prospect before. So all these pointers are very important so that when we call them, we still remember where we met them. Okay, because I meet a lot of people from my on Facebook. Okay, so when I do that, it enables me so that when I go through my diary again and I see their name, it gives me an idea of okay where I met this person. Okay, not only where I met this person, but also what we discussed the last time, what the person does. Okay, does the person have any problem that is looking for solution? Is the person applying for a job? And things like this, so that when you call the person, it won't be like you guys just had a discussion, and because the person told you no, or maybe they took time to join, you would already forgotten the person. It shows that you're only interested in them joining you, rather than you being interested in them. Remember, this is a relationship building business. The more relationship you build with people, the more trust you gain with them. The more trust you gain with them, okay, the more they tend to listen to you and maybe believe you, especially when you're dealing with strangers or people you met online compared to your warm market. But even with your warm market, it's still the same. So you rule your diary into two columns so that when you have an appointment with someone, you go to the date set by the person. Remember what I told you, based on your qualification of the prospect, okay, you'll be able to know, okay, what category the person fall into, whether is interested, sign up immediately, interested but not signing up immediately, maybe have an excuse, or not interested at all. So that if he's interested and signing up immediately, you already have a time frame already agreed for the person to sign up. Be proactive by calling the person ahead so that events of life don't come and take up the money from the person. That's one. Two, for people who are not interested, we have majority of people in this category. So it's all up to you to follow up properly, listen attentively, be empathetic, okay, and profile solution rather than just focus on them joining you. Profile solution, okay, so that when they say okay I'll think about it more, you ask them when do you contact them. They will give you a timeline, you write it down. If they don't give you a timeline, you suggest one, so that when you suggest one and they're like okay no problem, you write it down there. If they don't go if they don't if they it's not okay with them and they still insist on, they will contact you because they don't want to promise you and fail. Okay, it's still okay. All you have to do is just give them a 1 month, give them to the end of the month, depending on when you're contacting them. Okay, it's all about thinking and understanding. If you were in the person's shoe, how would you go about this? And maybe do you have a challenge? Always be empathetic when you're going about your business, so that it enables you to build relationship more. Okay, it enables you to have good rapport with the person so that when the person joins with you, the person doesn't have trust issue, the person works with you, and the person achieves success. Okay, I have new leaders in my team now because it took me like a month and before they could join, and because of the relationship we've built between then and now, they have been successful in their business, and within a short while are already moving on to the laptop stage, and progressing very, very well. Okay, so it's very important. Know how to use your diary very well. Okay, very, very key. So this marks the end of the training. I will show you sample of my diary so that you understand how I do mine. Okay, you may have a better idea than me. Okay, but most importantly is this: put it into work. Not only put it into work, teach your team members. Duplication is not about just introducing people. Duplication is teaching them what works for you. Okay, so that they will succeed. Now, this is a sample of my diary. They may not be very clear, but at least you understand what I'm saying when I I meant 2 columns. Okay. Sorry for the picture quality and sorry for my handwriting. Had a lot of prospects, so you can see the ones I've called. If you look clearly, the ones I've called, the ones I wrote month end, the ones I wrote January, the ones I wrote is that date I will call them, what we discussed. You also have this one too. The ones I will still call, this was yesterday's call. You can see October 17th. And you can see some of the weekend calls I made and appointments I fixed that I met with those people. Okay, so you can have, at least you see my own work, and you can have a better or a more cleaner diary than mine. Okay, but I'm not after the cleanliness of diary. Most important thing is use the diary to effect. Okay, use it for what it is. I'm going to buy a 2017 diary because already the year is coming to an end, and because we're heading to Christmas doesn't mean you have to slow down. Prospecting continues. Even Christmas is the best time to build more rapport with people. When people are coming back home, you build more rapport with people, add more people to your contact. um you know, add them to your diary. Be proud of what you're doing. Share what you're doing with them. Get talking with them so that when they now, what you were able to write them down in your diary, so that when they even go back to their locations after Christmas, you can still be able to reach out to them because you already built a rapport with them. Okay, so the next training will be about how to get a new member started, because most of us fail in our business because we don't know how to plug in a new member effectively. So that's why the first 1 month they join this business is very key, because they have to use that excitement. They have to use that excitement. Okay, even if they have doubt, but for you to eliminate that doubt and increase their belief system is based on what they do from day one. Okay, soon I'll be publishing a book on a step-by-step guide, okay, on how to get a new member started, so that you can hand it over to every new member who joins you, so that they can, even without you being there, but because they have the guide, can go through it to learn the basics. Okay, what is prospecting, what is follow-up, and also most importantly, to also know how, words to use, sample words to use, concepts to use. Okay, what is one market, code market, stuff like that. And also, they have a 90-day worksheet that will enable them and guide them in terms of what they need to do on a day-to-day basis, depending on how many hours in a day they want to give to their business. Because without a guide, okay, a prospect burns out within the first 3 months. They join the business and they are off. But we don't need that. I listened to Matt Morris today. He mentioned something about uh, maintaining momentum rather than starting up momentum. Once somebody joins you, maintain momentum with that person so that person achieves same result like as you. But when you allow the person to go cold, you have to start afresh to start momentum again, which is a lot of hard work compared to maintaining momentum. So I want to thank you for listening to this training. I urge you to subscribe to this channel. Currently, we have about 25 subscribers. Okay, I appreciate them and I'm grateful for them believing in what I do, for them to subscribe to the channel. Okay, it's free of charge, and I urge you to subscribe more. Help us get to 50 subscribers or even 100 subscribers. I really appreciate. I like before the year runs out to have all to at least 100 subscribers to this channel, so that we can help them build their business. Remember, the business building aspect of helping us international becomes easier when we have lots of proof, lots of testimonies. Okay, so let's help each other, let's work together, let's train each other. Okay, plug in your team members to this training so that they can benefit from the trainings I roll out on a weekly basis. So I want to thank you for listening. Do have a great week ahead. Love you guys. H2I rocks.